Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany. Today's video is my spring TBR. Excuse my voice, I am getting over a little bit of a cold, but I have time to film, so we're going to talk about the books that I am tentatively planning to read in the spring. This is April, May, and June. I'll be honest, it's a lot of books. Am I going to read all these books? Probably not, but I'm going to try to get to as many of them as I can. Have I read all the books that went on my winter TBR? No, but I've read a lot of them. So these books are broken up into three categories. The first one is books that I am definitely reading that are for various book clubs, read-alongs, things that I have committed myself to reading for. The second category is physical books I have for review, and the third category is digital books that I have for review. What this doesn't include is books that I am reading for my yearly challenge TBR, where at the beginning of the year, I gift wrapped 50 books for my physical TBR with the goal of reading them all by the end of the year. I'm doing separate videos for those where I talk about what I've read, unwrap new ones, etc. So this doesn't include that. This is just books for book clubs, read-alongs, stuff for review. Let's get into it. Because it happens to be at the top of my pile, let's talk about a read-along that I'm doing with my patrons and channel members. This is a Witchlands read-along. I love the Witchlands series by Susan Dennard. We're a couple books into it. Technically, this is March's book, but we're discussing it in April. I haven't read it yet, but it's pretty short. Sight Witch by Susan Dennard, so I'll be reading that very soon. But the three official books going on my TBR for the spring are Blood Witch, Witch Shadow, and the final book in the series, Witch Light. This is the only one I haven't read yet. So I'm excited to do this read along and finally finish the series that I love. If you're interested in joining us, again, this is one that I'm just running through Patreon and channel memberships. There is a link down below. I just didn't really feel like making it a whole big public thing, so that's where we're doing it, but I am happy to be reading these. Speaking of Patreon and channel memberships, I also run a monthly book club in addition to the read-along, where every month there is a different theme and patrons have the chance to vote on which book we read together. April is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So in April, we're reading a sci-fi novel by an intersectional AAPI author, and the book that got chosen was A Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. This is a reread for me. I really enjoyed it the first time around, and I'm looking forward to reading it again. It is a kind of cozy, quirky sci-fi novel that also tackles some difficult subject matter by a trans author, and I'm looking forward to reading and discussing that one. May is my birthday month, so I decided to just do books that I'm really looking forward to reading. That's what went on the poll for May. The book that won is The Geomagician by Jennifer Mangela. This comes out at the end of March, so I had an early copy, but I'll be reading this in May with patrons. I'm really excited. It sounds great. It's like a cozy historical fantasy romance. A Victorian paleontologist makes a magical discovery and rediscovers the love of her life. When Mary Anning discovers a baby pterodactyl, she's determined to protect him and her scholarly reputation, with the help of her former fiancé. A cozy and enchanting story of fossil magic, rival Victorian scholars, and second chance romance. It sounds like a delight. I'm excited for that. And then for June, the final poll is still running, but I can tell you what the front runner is. This is likely going to be the book that we read. That is Starshipped by Cat Sebastian. I think this is Cat Sebastian's first contemporary romance. It is rivals to lovers about co-stars on a popular television show and a road trip of some sort. I've heard good things about it. And it works out because this is also going to be the June pick for my in-person romance book club, so I will kill two birds with one stone if this is the book pick for Patreon book club, which is great. Speaking of my in-person romance book club, I'm not sure yet what we're reading for May. That hasn't been announced yet, but for April, we're reading The Fortune Flip by Lauren Kung Jessen. He won her heart, she stole his luck. This is like a contemporary romance with fortune telling. I think it's set in New York City. Hopefully it'll be a fun read. The last book that I'm reading for read-alongs during this time period is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is for the Poppy War read-along. I guess technically I might start the final book in the series as well, The Burning Gods. I'm not 100% sure. We're reading like one book every couple of months and then doing a live stream on someone's channel. I'm not sure if I'm hosting this one or if I'm hosting The Burning Gods, but the people that I'm collabing with on that are listed in the comments down below, Mel and Steph. Moving on, let's take a look at all of the physical books that I'm going to read or try. There's a lot of them for this quarter. I'm trying to remind myself that it is like a 3-month TBR, not a monthly TBR, so it's fine. First, one that I'm excited to try out is Starside by Alex Astor. This is her first adult romantasy novel, and I was sent a copy from the publisher. Enter the enchanting, deadly world of Starside, where swords have magic and power isn't inherited, it's claimed. It's a very pretty book, so looking forward to trying that. From Saga Press, I have River of Bones and Other Stories by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is a collection of short stories from an author that I absolutely love. I've read pretty much everything that she has written and was excited to see this. I think River of Bones is a novella in the Sixth World series, which I've read, and then it includes some other like short stories, so looking forward to that. Also from Saga Press, I have If We Cannot Go at the Speed of Light by Kim Choi-yup. This is translated fiction. It's coming out in April. We still can't read The Speed of Light, but people are acting like we've conquered the universe when all we've conquered is what the universe allows us. Is this one a short story collection as well? I think it is. Yeah, so this is a sci-fi short story collection in translation. Looking forward to trying it out. Sounds cool. From Tor, I have a nonfiction book that sounds pretty interesting. Trace Elements, Conversations on the Project of Science Fiction and Fantasy by Joe Walton and Ada Palmer. So this is authors writing a nonfiction book about sci-fi and fantasy in reading and writing, which I think is cool. I sort of like a nonfiction look at genre. This has been on my TBR as an audiobook for a while, but I now have a physical copy from Saga Press in paperback. This is I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. I love Stephen Graham Jones. This is one that shamefully I have not gotten around to yet, so it is time. I feel like the title kind of speaks for itself. It's set in the 1980s in Texas. Doubtless it will be a blast. If you haven't tried Stephen Graham Jones and you like horror, he's fantastic. He is an Indigenous author, and like what more can I say? He's great. Coming out in April from Abrams is The Genie Game by Jordan Ufueko. This is her first middle grade novel, which sounds great. I really like her YA stuff. On a quest to save her sister, Valentine is thrust into a world of genies, magic, and mystery in this captivating middle grade fantasy. So, yay. She said this is like anti-capitalist. Cool. I'm here for it. My kids will probably get it after me. Coming out in April is Honor and Heresy by Max Francis. This is a gothic dark academia novel, anticipated debut, atmospheric gothic dark academic fantasy of two scholars racing each other to find answers to an invasion in a haunted library. Sounds like a good time. Also coming out in April is The Bloody and the Damned by Becca Coffindaffer. A wisecracking assassin with magical abilities will do anything to get their kidnapped sisters back in this dystopic fantasy standalone. Sounds fun. I love the cover. Very cool. Also coming out in April from Tor is We Burned So Bright by TJ Klune. This is a dystopian gay novel. He's gonna destroy the world. You're invited on a soul-searching cross-country end-of-the-world road trip with an elder gay couple on a mission to say goodbye. Will this make me cry? Very likely. Very likely. Coming out in May from Bramble is The Fake Divination Offense by Sarah Rosh. This is like gay magic sports romance. Sports romance gets a D&D makeover with the next book in the Magic and Romance series, following a half-giant Auroch as he's forced into a PR relationship with a feisty fan-favorite cheerleader. Could be a good time. I've really enjoyed a lot of Sarah Rosh's books. They're fun and don't take themselves too seriously usually, but one of them made me cry, so you never know. Coming out in June from Penguin Teen is Lies Between Us by Jessica Goodman. I always enjoy her books. She writes like YA mystery thrillers. Do you ever really know the people you love? This is a gripping new mystery set against an idyllic summer that unravels into suspicion, desire, and betrayal, where friends keep secrets, siblings hide truths, and one tragedy shatters the fragile bonds of family. Okay, very excited for this next one. I also got this from Penguin Teen. Coming out in June is Doe by Rebecca Barrow. Like, how great and creepy is this cover? Be careful what you cheer for. This is YA horror with a black cheerleader. I'm excited. I really enjoyed Rebecca Barrow's first book, so this should be fun. Also coming out in June is a book that I'm excited to read an art copy of. This is a book that I beta read years ago, and it is coming out, which is pretty exciting. This is Queenswood by Kathleen Schwab, and she's also one of my patrons, which is awesome. I haven't read it in years. Like, the version I read was a long time ago, but I still remember a lot about it. It was this really beautiful historical fantasy romance with like fae mythology woven into it. It says a lush, lyrical, historical fantasy debut that transports readers to 12th century Ireland in a year of arranged marriages, outlaws, fairies, nobility. Congrats to Kathleen. Very excited for you. I'm excited to read a newer version of the book. Also coming out in June, and shame on me for not having read this yet because I had a really early copy, and I have heard friends of mine rave about it. This is The Children by Melissa Albert. Also, the finished cover, I'll put it here, it looks so incredible. An intoxicating, haunting new novel from New York Times bestselling author Melissa Albert, in which the estranged adult children of a legendary author, written into their dead mother's beloved fantasy series, contend with the vine-like creep of legacy, memory, and magic. Really excited to read this. She does like magical realism, family drama stuff, and seriously, like, so many people have been obsessed that I'm friends with, so excited for that. Coming out in May from Del Rey is The Arcane Arts by S.D. Coverley, which is Dana Schwartz and Dan Frey writing together. It's like a magic, dark academia fantasy with romantic elements to it. Sounds like my kind of book. Seems fun. Coming out in April from Penguin Teen is The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. This is a YA murder mystery, which sounds fun. It's all fun and games until someone ends up dead. An edge-of-your-seat YA thriller set in a series of escape rooms where 4 teens must solve the biggest puzzle of all. Who killed Alicia Angelos? Cool. Excited. I like Marissa Meyer. Okay, from Scout Press and I think Gallery Books, if I'm not mistaken, coming out in May is Murder at the Hotel Orient by Alessandra Ranelli. This looks like fun. Murder mystery. Don't be shy, darling. Ring the bell. In modern Vienna, American Sterling Lockwood is the local concierge at the infamous Hotel Orient, where cameras are banned, aliases are required, and every guest has something to hide. After a double murder, Sterling must turn detective to clear her name, but uncovering the truth will require breaking the Orient's sacred code of secrecy while keeping a few secrets of her own. Cool. Love. Sounds fun. Another one I'm very excited for that comes out in May is Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth. This is the first in a new, I think, duology, epic new romantic dystopian fantasy. I really like Veronica Roth. This sounds fun. 2 women on an opposite side of a war, one prophecy shared between them, and a man that can tip the scales. I feel like it's going to be great. And I got the audiobook on NetGalley, so definitely will be reading this very soon. Also coming out in May from Del Rey is Broken Dove by Dani Francis. This is the sequel to Silver Elite, which I really enjoyed. I have a review video I can link up above. Very brief review video. This is like dystopian romance, basically, with twists and turns. It's very interesting. It was like, to me it reads like Divergent, but for grown-ups. Super fun. Looking forward to this. Lastly, going on sale in May is June Baby by Shannon Garvey. This is coming out from Thousand Voices and Random House. It's a debut novel set over the course of one transformative summer in the lush, beachy enclave of Block Island, where a young woman reckons with love, loss, and the choices she must make to move forward. It's like a coming-of-age story. It deals with love and grief, and sounds like a very sort of summery book. So want to give that one a try as well. So those are all of the physical books that are sort of in my possibility pile for the next few months. Let's talk about the ebooks that I've got, because there's also kind of a lot of them. A River from the Sky by Ai Jing. This is a sci-fantasy novella that is the second in the series. I really liked the first one. It was super weird, but in the best way, and I'm excited to see where this world expands to. Very interesting. Summer Official by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This is, I think, another YA romance from her, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a sapphic romance. It's queer in some way. The cover is here. I'm filming on my phone, so I can't look up details for you, but go check it out. I like her books. The Beast You Let In by Dana Melly. Again, don't know a whole lot about it. It is a YA like mystery thriller. It's probably gay in some way and super twisty. I love Dana Melly's books. She doesn't come out with them very often, so whatever she does, I'm like, yes, cool, give it to me. So there's this one. Enemies to Lovers by Alicia Rai. This is her latest rom-com. Should be a really good time. I think this one has sort of heist elements to it, like her last one did, which I also really enjoyed, so looking forward to that. Slasher Summer by E.L. Chen. Is this a debut? I think this might be a debut, but it's a horror slasher. It looked like fun. I'm gonna read it. House of Margins by Tlotlo Tsamase. She is a fantastic writer. I read her debut and it wasn't necessarily for everyone, but I loved it. It was like a sci-fi horror. And this one I think is giving more like gothic horror vibes, but I will read whatever she writes. I think she's got really interesting ideas. A Long and Speaking Silence by Nevo. This is the next novella in this very long running like Asian inspired fantasy series that I love. The Singing Hills cycle, they're all fantastic. I don't know what this one's going to be about, but it's going to be good and I'm going to read it. The Disaster Gay Detective Agency by Lev A.C. Rosen. This looks like fun. I've been really enjoying his more serious gay historical mystery series, but this seems to be the start of something new that's a little more rompy and fun. Excited for this. Love his writing. Queer Leaders by Olivia A. Cole and Ashley Woodfolk. I really enjoyed the last book that they wrote together, and this one looks fun. Queer Leaders. I mean, like, really, do you need more than what the title of, like, yes, sure, give me like a sapphic book about cheerleaders. Sounds like a blast. Muñeca by Cynthia Gomez. I don't remember the details of this. Pretty sure it's a horror novel by a Latin American author, and it sounded really interesting, so we'll try that out. You Won't Forget Me by Maisie Eddings. I also don't remember what this is about, but I really enjoy her contemporary romances. She's written a couple that I really loved, so I was like, yes, sure, let's read this. Platform Decay by Martha Wells. We are finally getting another Murderbot book, which is very exciting. I love the Murderbot Diaries. We're getting a new novella. Yay. Lastly, I have The Heirs by Farida Bike Iamide. She writes these fantastic YA kind of mystery thrillers that are really interesting. I like her books. This is her latest one. Don't know a whole lot about it. Here's the cover. Gonna read it. So there you go. Those are the books going on my TBR for the spring. A lot of really exciting things. I fear I will not get to everything. I wish I had more time. I read a lot of books, but like still, it's so many. It's so hard. Yeah, but I'm going to do my best. And you know what? Whatever I don't get to right away, we'll get to eventually. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you reached this point in the video, leave me a book stack emoji because I have like quite the stack of books. It is a lot. And for question of the day, okay, a couple things. Tell me which of these books you would prioritize if these were on your TBR. What things are you most interested in seeing my thoughts on? And also, what books are you planning to read for the spring? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, it always helps if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.